Well, hi there, everybody. You're traveling with Jack, and as I always say, with my heavenly wife, Pam. And this is part of my Grief Journey series. And today was a couple of firsts for me, and we all have those. It's now approaching almost a year since my sweet Pam went to heaven, and every day proves to be a different challenge in some respects. And there are those moments of joy that we start to have, but we still have our moments of sadness. And in all honesty, I'm going to say the sadness still kind of outweighs the joys, but they're starting to come a little more in balance. Today's a Saturday, and we've talked before about how weekends are challenging because we're by ourselves now. Families and friends, they're out doing things, and you know, not much fun being the third wheel, so we just kind of learn, as we've said before, to be our own best friend and get out and do some things. And I do a lot of hiking and things like that. And today, though, I had just some general things I needed to do. I'm here in beautiful Ashland, Oregon. It's a cute little city with a pretty heavy tourist trade. It's got a small university, but that's not the point. Today, as I came into town, I accomplished a couple of big tasks. And I know you all face this. We've talked before about triggers and things that can set us off. Well, believe it or not, behind me there is the Safeway supermarket here in Ashland. It's a little smoky today too. There's some fires down in California, so we're getting a little smokier. The sky's not that pretty. So you're saying, well, what does this have to do with anything? Well, as I drove past this Safeway supermarket, I realized that last time I was in this market was when Pam and I were driving along the main street here, and she was in so much pain. The cancer in her bones just was really, really difficult and painful. And she says, you got to get me something for the pain. And she didn't want to do heavy drugs or things like that. So I whipped in the Safeway here, and I was really frustrated. It was one of those days too, and I know I wasn't as nice as I should have been to her, because it was like, oh gosh, when's this ever going to end? And I didn't think it was going to end the way it did, but I meant the pain. You know what I meant. And of course, the end result was her pain would end when she went to heaven. But anyway, I said, okay, let me go in here and see if I can find something for you. So I went in this Safeway store behind me, and I found some extra strength Tylenol. And sometimes that would do the trick for her. And I thought, well, she needs to eat a little food as well. So I got some little snack food or something, and I don't even remember what it was. And I came back to the car, and I'm sorry, sometimes it's hard to talk. But she was in pain. She really couldn't eat. But I got her to take the Tylenol. And about an hour later, she said, I'm starting to feel better. So we went about our business, ran a couple more errands, and I went home. And today was the first time I've been back in front of this Safeway since that day. So your question might be, well, what's the point then to all of this? Well, I thought, you know what? I'm going to go back in there. I'm going to face that memory head on. Not a good memory, but I don't know why. I just felt like I needed to do it. So I went in the Safeway here, and there's a Starbucks, and I got a cup of coffee, walked around the store a little bit, came out, and I was okay. I had faced another not so great memory head on. Well, then I had to head downtown because we've got some friends that are moving to Phoenix, and I thought I want to get them a little going away gift, something that says Southern Oregon, since they're moving to Arizona. And boy, it was time to face another one of those triggers, as we call them. There's this beautiful, it's a Lavender Store. They have all kinds of lavender products, and Pam loved going in there, and I liked going in there with her too because it just smelled so good. Another first. I walked in that store, and boy, the memories flooded. But I held it together. I did okay. I got the young lady to help me put together a nice gift sack. I told her how the last time I was in here was with my wife Pam, and she'd gone to heaven now. We talked briefly about that, and she made up a really nice gift packet. And I walked out and took a walk. Said, okay, score 2 for me. I faced 2 kind of trouble spots for me, and I've done that in the past with other places I've been going and visiting. And this was just one of those days where this was not planned at all. It just happened. And I guess my advice to you is, if you can, and sometimes you may not be able to do it, but if you're facing one of those trigger moments, my advice would be just tackle it straight on. Just get in there. Like that comedian used to say, get her done. Because we have to. We're still here. We still got to face life on earth every minute, every day, and just keep moving forward best we can. I don't know if this helps you at all. As I always tell you though, it sure helps me talking to you, and I appreciate it. If you know somebody might benefit from this one, maybe share it and ask them to subscribe to our channel, Traveling with Jack and Pam, okay? You guys have a great day, and as I always say, let's try really hard to make it a better tomorrow, okay? Bye now.